get to Baxter Cliff for camp. Bit of a really slow road getting there. You can finally see water. Lots of rocks. This bit here is alright, sand. But you can finally see that we're pretty close, hopefully.
Pretty hard going before. Hi, wanted to talk to you guys about the BFG KO2 tires that we've gone around Australia. So we've had these tires for about 50,000 kilometers. Still wearing quite well, although it's sort of coming to the end of its life. But it's done a single trip to Cape York, at which we've done the old telegraph track. This time we didn't complete the crab because it was a bit too wet. And then a lot of off-road driving around Coffs Harbour, trips down to the south, and then around Australia trip where we went on trips to Mitchell Plateau, Bungles, so a lot of four-wheel driving. We've also completed a crab track on the Round Australia trip on the way back. Love the tyre, really tough, as you can see. There are a few cuts on the blocks, but nothing major considering the stuff we've done. So it's been through a rough time, hasn't been changed. We found the tyre a little bit heavy. It's very tough, a little bit heavy, so you can feel the weight of it. We had to reduce tyre pressure down to around about 8 psi twice because we got bogged on some deep sand. As you can imagine, this is a 3-ton vehicle, and when you're bogged, you really need to drop tyre pressure down.
Bit boring driving on the beach, eh? Cars, self-driving car.
Well, it's just self-driving just before. Autonomous.
Oh, you can enjoy the view.
Nice little shade. Apart from that, all the tires are wearing pretty well. The left rear being the worst. This one's actually not too bad, but again, you can see the chuff marks from having very low tire pressure, and then it's just squashing itself on the sidewalls. So this is obviously not the standard size. It's 265/65, so it's slightly bigger with more walls on the side as opposed to the stock 19-inch tires that comes with the car. I think it's necessary after doing this trip because when you air down, it gives you the extra height to allow for dropping your tire pressures down very low. These have been through a lot, all sorts of terrains. I think the only terrain that I think it really found difficult was mud in the crab track. Anyone who's been through the crab track, you would know when that particular mud turns wet, when it starts to rain, it is unbelievably slippery. This tire didn't do so well. Maybe I am considering the KM3s, but unfortunately it doesn't come in the tire size that I want. Being in Coffs Harbour, living around out here in the bush, and doing most of the driving on Australian dirt, I think the KM3s would probably be a good choice over the KO2s, as it's very rare that you get super dry weather on the East Coast. But still, pretty good tire. One of the things I want to mention is the Nvh Levels. It is fairly quiet for an all-terrain tire, but as it's wearing down, it is starting to make a lot more noise than when it was stock. Now the Discoveries usually are pretty quiet car, so you can hear everything. However, this particular car, I have some worn bushes in the arms up here, so there is a vibration coming in from the right front of the tire going into the vehicle, so you can hear that pretty well, so it's quite loud. So we know as it's wearing down, it's starting to make a lot more noise and vibration into the cabin. It'd be interesting to see if I was able to get my hands on KM3, how it compares to the KO2, but we'll see about that. See some of the cuts into the tread blocks, and yeah, from the gravel and limestone that we've been doing. Okay, I hope that helps you with the rear of the tire. Probably, I definitely would say it's the best tire I've ever driven, even though the last, I had some pretty bad experience with the last KO, where the side blocks completely cut open, and I have no idea why. Wanted to dislike this tire, but I went back to it, gave it another chance with the KO2, and yeah, absolutely loved it. Super awesome tire. Hope that helped.